Good morning, good evening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another day in our Dharma Hall. As Lizzie was pointing out, seems, and I duly trust you, that Lizzie, that we are celebrating 3 years of regular morning sessions today. Wow, which is celebration day. So, um, welcome to you all. You make it happen anyway. All of you coming in, checking in every day, every day, every day, every day. It's quite extraordinary. So, welcome. Um, Another day, another session. We are welcoming Nirmala this week with the art of embodied listening. So, let's dive into our practice for an hour. Nirmala will guide us. We'll talk about a little of the theme, and then we'll have some time for the Q&A. You know, and if you don't know, I will let you know again, of course, that for the Q&A, you have the chat, which is what we have now on this streaming platform. So if you please could just write the letter question, the word question in capital letters before you actually ask a question. That would help us and help Nirmala to identify, questions from comments, which is also always helpful. And you can raise your virtual hand on the bottom of the screen and show up live on the screen. That would be nice too. It makes a different interaction. And I think that's all. Besides and apart from the dana, the generosity practice that we also do and we need to do here, especially on this celebrating anniversary day. Well, dana is, it's this flow of complete generosity. You show up, we show up, you attend, we all attend, and then we're all here to give you the program for you to attend. We practice together and we exchange together, and it seems to be an endless free stream, and it is, as Martin says, it is freely offered, freely received, and fully received, but it's not free of cost. It takes a lot of cost and a lot of commitment and a lot of work, and and I can bear witness to that from both sides over these 3 years. So, and we don't have sponsors, we don't have publicity, we do promote our stuff, but we only support this work on your presence, on your generosity. So whatever you can give, whenever you can give, is fully welcome and appreciated. And to do that, of course, this is a streaming platform, so we can find a way until now to add the little dana button, which makes it easier. But I've posted the link, and I will post it by the end. So wherever you can give is welcome, and we appreciate it. Say it again. And if you can't donate, yes, you are donating your time and your attention and your practice, which is ultimately the overall foundation for this hard work. So thank you, and thank you for all these years of commitment, and enjoy your session. I'll fade off and let Nirmala take the stage now.
Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you, George, for your introduction. Thank you all for being here. Some of you being here already 3 years. I will read you a text from the chanting book from the Plum Village. We invoke your name, Avalokiteshvara. We vow to learn your way of listening, to alleviate suffering in the world. You know how to listen in order to understand. We invoke your name to practice listening with all our attention and all open-heartedness. We will sit and listen without any prejudice. We will sit and listen without judging or reacting. We will sit and listen in order to understand. We will listen so carefully that we understand what the other person is saying and also what is left unsaid. We know that just by listening deeply, we can already relieve much of the pain and suffering in the other person. I like to chant with you Namo Avalokiteshvara. Maybe somebody could write down the word Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, in the chat, because last time I wrote in the chat, suddenly my whole thing was gone. So if you like, you can sing with me. And in the Lotus Sutra is said that singing and praising Avalokiteshvara is healing suffering. Namo Avalokiteshvara. Namo Avalokiteshvara. Namo Avalokiteshvara. And one more time. If you like, if you don't sing, go into the state of listening, and while you sing, go into the state of listening to the pain, cries, and sorrow of the world. Namo Avalokiteshvara. Namo Avalokiteshvara. Namo Avalokiteshvara. In Buddhism, Avalokiteshvara is seen as a person who fully embodied the art of listening. The Chinese version of Avalokiteshvara is Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin means one who listens to the pain of the world, one who listens to the suffering of the world. And some statues of Kuan Yin Show her with one hand rising up, receiving all the pain and sorrows and cries, while the other hand is holding a vessel pouring down water to the earth. So through receiving all the pain, sorrows, and cries of the world, with the hand, it enters the heart, and the heart listens, and the tears, the salty water of the tears is purified and flows down through the vessel, nourishing the earth. Avalokiteshvara has the quality of embodying in different forms just what is needed. You can embody in different bodies. It's a symbol of universal, unconditional sympathy and compassion. How can we listen to the cries of the world without getting tensed, without getting broken? There is suffering in life, and we all know this. Having our aging body, sickness, disease, dying, broken hearts. We are confronted with that every day. And then how can we listen to people who bear the unbearable, who are confronted with starvation, war zones, tragedies, cruelty, stuff it's beyond my imagination, this suffering. How can we stay open and listen to it and make our listening healing, allowing transformation happening through deep listening? As Kuan Yin got enlightened through listening to the cries of the world. Not running away from it. How can we soften and not do as if it has nothing to do with me, and not being overwhelmed? How do we feel when we meet suffering on the street, a beggar, children asking for money? What if it's not about giving money or not? What if money is not the main need there? Maybe could also be the need of being seen, being acknowledged, being listened to, being part of. Can we stay open there if we meet this intensity of suffering? And it's especially hard when we love somebody, like maybe our children, when they're suffering, the people really close to us, the pets really close to us. Is there another way of listening, of being receptive, staying compassionate, rather than just experiencing this unbearable pain, which is so human and which is really, it belongs there and it needs its space, the pain and the tears and the cries. And what does it do to the situation if I lose myself and trying to strive for a solution and entangle myself in thinking and carrying and getting really excited about the whole thing. And maybe there is a space showing up when we listen and listen to the whole of the cries of the world in a horizontal way. Listen to this one situation. Maybe from there, a response softly comes out of not knowing. And we can't make compassion happen. It grows out of understanding deeply that we are all interconnected, that we are not separated from each other. And we could pause during the day when there are moments where we can feel this. Maybe somebody laughing in the bus and we needing to smile. Feeling your heart response. Seeing the interconnectedness of trees, life, earth, and the food on your table. And compassion comes from the willingness to meet pain. It's a decision. I want to meet pain. I don't know how to do it yet. I think it's John Halifax who said, strong back, soft front. I stay open with you. I stay open to it all. And I have this really strong back. Rather than running away from you, rather than having to fix it. And it does need courage. It does need courage because we are meeting our own pain there, our own strategies of hiding away, of not wanting that what feels difficult. And to truly listen, we need to let go of the idea that our loved ones should not be suffering. We need to loosen the grip of attachment there. I remember a situation in India when my daughter was 2 years old and she was biting another girl who was then 5 years old, 5 or 6, I can't remember. And the biting was really strong. I jumped there and I had to squeeze the jaw of my daughter so she would actually remove her teeth. It was like blue immediately, didn't look good. This other girl immediately hugged my 2 years old daughter, gave her a kiss on the cheek and said, it's all fine. It's all fine, you're okay. You are okay. It wasn't about her and the drama, which could have been easily in this situation and with which usually comes out of those situations and is human. This girl was meeting the suffering in my daughter with compassion and care and love. Okay, I am maybe back. Can you oops, hear me now again and see me? Okay, back. Fine. Hello. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. So then sink back into your position of rest, of receptivity, of ease. And visualize the image of Kuan Yin, the one who hears and listens to the cries of the world. With one hand up there receiving pain, cries, sorrow. Allowing the heart to listen to all this and pouring down clear, nourishing water to the earth. Wherever you sit, lean into, lay, soften into the quality of just listening, just witnessing, like Kuan Yin, not moving anything. Simply bearing witness. So kind, so compassionate, so friendly. Not having to do anything, not having to achieve anything. Not trying to be anybody or do anything. Just listening. Just bearing witness in a very soft, gentle and relaxed way. Leaning back. Leaning into a strong back, which is carried by the earth, which is upright between earth and sky. So strong, this back. Listening. Can we trust that listening is enough? Not having to go anywhere, not having to do anything, just leaning back, just resting, just being open and receptive. It's enough. Just like that, it's enough. Dropping down into the ear of the heart. Staying receptive in your whole body. As if the whole body is breathing and listening. Listening through breathing. Listening through being receptive, open, wide, allowing and kind. And whatever is appearing, whatever life energy is met, can you listen with your heart? Can you allow to open to all that? Allowing the cries of the world to enter the heart so that the heart can listen and that the cries of the world can flow down like pure water. And where else can you soften? Where else can you say yes to openness, to kindness, to friendliness? With your strong back. Maybe just being receptive, just being listening is hard. What about allowing the breath to flow through your back, the inhalation flowing up your back, with the exhalation running down your back. Feeling this holding there, the strength. Like an anchor. Allowing your chest to be soft, the heart to be soft, the shoulders. And if you get lost, what about visualizing Kuan Yin, holding out a hand to the cries of the world? Cries of the world entering the heart, which is listening. Purifying. And if you're struggling, visualize Kuan Yin, warm, soft heart. And allowing warm, compassionate, kind quality of just listening, just allowing, just listening, open and receptive. Strong back, soft heart. not having to achieve anything, just softening, being receptive, open, wide. Dropping into the listening of the heart again and again. Dropping down into the ear of the heart. Dropping down into kindness, into compassion. Open up. And expanding expanding, widening, opening, staying receptive, and allowing a wish or a blessing to come through your heart, allowing that to spread out, while feeling this energy with the whole of your body. Spreading out, widening even more. With everything included. Not needing to be different. Just like that. Opening. Listening. Listening to the cries and the joys of the world. Namo Valo Kiteshwaraya. 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 And before we're ending this formal meditation, you could place your hands on the earth And if all of us do that and imagining roots growing out of our hands and meeting the cries and the joys of another being. Really listening to the others, to this world. Listening to all beings on earth. May all beings live in peace and in harmony. May all beings be capable of listening to their own suffering and to the suffering of others, the suffering of the world. May there be listening. May there be compassion and kindness. May there be peace. May there be peace. May there be peace. Slowly, gently finding your way back. And if you're just still diving in, take your time. Maybe you have another half an hour or an hour just to lay there, to be receptive and open. Because we forget, we jump into the next thing. We don't show respect to the elements of space, earth, air. So it's thank you, Lynn. Yeah, my deepest pleasure. Okay, there is a question. I read that out loud from Anthea. In family and work life, I have come across people who use speech as a means of imposing authority. Very verbose, often irrelevant, allowing no interruptions. It's hard not to resent this repeated behavior. Can one really listen kindly to such people? Yes, one can. One can. And that doesn't mean that we have to listen to all words which are spoken to us. It doesn't mean that we can't say stop. It doesn't mean that we can't interrupt. Listening deeply means to open up to the pain also in another person. What is underneath those words and those behaviors? It's often, it may be the only way of listening, and a listening which is enough. Sometimes it's just enough to listen to that, which we are capable in doing. Two days ago, I was in a sauna landscape. We have here in Germany, like areas where you can go to, and they have like 20 saunas and hot water pools, and you just spend hours there relaxing. And there was a couple next to me in one of the hot water pools, and they were judging everybody who walked by, like judging, like, how could he bring this child into the sauna? And whoa, look at that fat belly. And I can't believe like she's dressing up like that. And it went on and on and on. And I could feel like how something in myself got really tensed. And I could see the beauty in all these people walking by who were being judged by the couple next to me. I could see the goodness. And then I realized, oh, yeah, but I can't see the goodness in the people who are judging. I'm judging myself. My heart is getting tense and not open. Can we hear the suffering in others? Like I said, like this 5 or 6 year old child could see the suffering in my daughter. Who was biting, who was not acting nice, who was doing pain to her, hugging her. And Thea, and thank you so much for the question. I think it's a very relevant question which comes up often with this theme of listening. Take good care of yourself. See how much can you listen. Like, don't overjump your own needs. Make time for listening, make space for listening. If it's overrolling you, if it's addressing you at any moment in your life when you're just not ready to listen at this very moment, could mean not now, please. Could also mean stop. Sometimes we are confronted with violent speech. We can still listen. We can still be receptive and listen, and strong back, soft heart. And you know, we don't always have to be nice. We don't always have to be good. It's our intention which counts. When we are blown over with our own emotional stuff, that's what needs to be listened first. And listening doesn't mean to become passive. Compassion doesn't mean not to act. It's the opposite. There are acts of kindness do come out of compassion. And sometimes can be something completely unknown to us. Jane says something to it. I read that. And Thea, thank you very much for your question. Well, I see if I can. Jane, I find it works well when I'm listening to someone in order for them to release something and get some relief and healing, that if they have a different language to me, one I do not understand, that they speak in their language, as I believe it does not really matter that I know the content of their pain. Just offer them the listening. Yeah, that's the listening which goes underneath. That we can listen to much more than just two words. There's much more we can listen to. Listen to that which is not spoken, like the couple next to me in the sauna. They didn't talk about their own pain, about not loving themselves and not accepting their own bodies properly as they were. And Hella says, we need to heal ourselves so our hearts can open and listen deeply. Yes. Yeah. Healing is a continuous daily journey of being compassionate to ourselves and healing our own suffering so that we can be compassionate to others. Yeah. That's what I was addressing in the last 3 days. Listening to ourselves. Yeah. Only from there we can listen to others. It's the basic. Yeah, thank you, Hela, for adding this here, for reminding us. And it's not like a linear way we are on, right? It's bumpy. It's like that. Sometimes we're able to listen. Sometimes we're judging again. Sometimes our heart is open. Sometimes our heart is closed. And where can we connect where all this gets allowance to be there? The closed heart and the open heart. Our freaking out and being caught in and being lost. And the beautiful quality of listening and kindness. Yeah, and I totally agree, Hela, it's a healing path we are on. All this, and it's really touching. We are here in this together, not knowing ourselves, like not knowing each other. That's what I wanted to say. Not knowing each other, never seen your faces, still so committed, showing up here. Saying, yes, even if I'm feeling terrible today, I'm showing up. And maybe it's not like every day. Here at the platform, what means showing up for you in your daily life? Could be to withdraw early from a situation, take rest. So I think I've overseen a question from Yoga Kevin. How to say no to stop someone's actions without closing your heart? It's a path. It's not like, I think when we do this and you feel your heart closed, address to your heart, take time for yourself afterwards. I remember many times saying no to my children when my heart got, tied up. And okay, and where do I have enough space around me, and where do I can create inner space that I can address this tightness here? And from there, making the wish to stay open and to be firm. Yeah. Thank you all so much. May we all be kind and wise with our own hearts. May we attend wisely and kindly to the opening of our heart and to the closeness of our heart, to the closing. May we drop into that space where all this can happen. May our practice be beneficial for us, for our loved ones, for the ones around those, and for the whole world. May there be peace. Thank you so much for showing up here, for being here. Thank you.